Hi everyone, it's Christy. Welcome back to another episode of Junk Journal January 2025. Today we are up to day 26, and the prompt for today is movement. Okay, I actually spent some time thinking about this. I had several ideas. One of them that I started to pursue decided, okay, I'm making it way too complicated, so I backed off from that idea and decided to go back to an old standard of mine. And it uses my great big circle punch. This is I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to get the lighting right on it. It's a 3.5-inch circle punch, okay? This is my big boy. I hear a lot of crafters say they couldn't craft without their 1-inch circle punch. I don't even own a 1-inch circle punch, but my 3.5-inch circle punch, that's my baby. That's craftable material. Okay, so when it's cut out, it's pretty good size. You know, put my fingers around it. It's a nice beefy size. So what I'm gonna do, this is one I had punched out of cardstock. I have a bin of pre-cut circles out of cardstock. But now what I want to do is I'm going to make a little tablet, sort of. So this is just a piece of copy paper, and I'm going to just fold it in half. So I'm punching through two things. I have this little scrap. I'm going to put this on here just to use it up. So I'm going to end up, if I do this right, I'm going to end up with five great big circles. So I'm going to put this in here and punch it, okay? And this I can discard now. I'm not just going to get two out of this side. Punch again. And these, you could actually use these if you wanted to glue them to a page and then decorate in the middle or something, or bind that into your journal and use the cutouts as part of, a layered look in your journal. It's kind of a fine line, I don't necessarily promote hoarding, but take a look at things and see if you can, still reuse it. So this gives us 5 little circles that I took out of the thing. It just has, you can take this off if you don't want the little plastic door on there, and then the circles would just fall out. So now we have our circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 circles. And I'm going to just use this as a cover, okay? And now I need to grab my bits. This is my tray of little metal bits. There's some old great big metal buttons, some charms, old keys, just all kinds of. I've got my gourd pins and other jewelry type clips, and let me carefully put that down. But what I need out of here is I'm trying to decide, do I want a really tiny one? Maybe I'll use this tiny ones. I don't use these very much. But we're gonna use a brad. I'm trying to think of what these are called. I think they might be called brads. And then where you splay the ends open. I've got several different sizes and types in here. I think I'm going to use these tiny ones because they never get to get used. If I can get into it. There we go. I'll use this orange bit. Okay, so this is super tiny. Super tiny. Okay. Put that aside. Now, if I was using a larger one, I would use the hole punch on here. But because this is so tiny, it's going to slip right through a hole punch. So I'm going to just poke it through if I can. And going through the cardstock is maybe a little bit of a challenge, but making it. Okay, whoops. Almost had it and then it bent. Okay, the cardstock might be too much for this one. I might have to go to the bigger. If this doesn't work, I'll go to the bigger one. Okay, we're going to the bigger one. That's okay. I actually had my hole punch out. So this is called the Crocodile 2, and it's a long. It's for punching holes that allows you to get in deep into a book or something if you're punching in deep. But right now, that's not important. I'm just going to use this hole punch right here. See, it comes down like that. So I'm going to use that to punch a hole in the top of this circle. And I'm going to go through all of the pages here. Okay, so now I've got the hole punched in that. And back to my bits. And let's just grab one of these gold. Okay, so this is just a gold one. So I'm just gonna, it's got a nice pointed tip. I'm gonna push it right through there and then divide these up. And these are brads. You can get them at office supply stores, craft stores, maybe even the grocery store, pharmacy, anywhere that would have like school supplies, anything like that. They're easily available. Okay, so now I have spread out the wings. And technically that's done, but if you don't want, there is a little bit of a pointy metal edge on that. And so if you don't like that, what you can do is put a sticker over it, and I'm just grabbing my box of stickers here. Let me see what I can find that's gonna fit over that. How about that ladybug? Okay, so ladybug sticker, she's gonna go right over the top of that, and then don't have to worry about that pointy thing injuring anybody. It's all nicely part of the design now. And you could ink these up. I am not going to take time, but you could ink around them and add some color to them. And before I decorate it, I should show you that the prompt for today is movement. And so because these are just punched out and on a brad like this, look at all that movement. And you could, in fact, I've seen this done before, you could use, instead of making a little writing, this is meant to be a little writing tablet where there's little note pages, but you could also do this with all the same color cardstock, and look, instant flower, right? But this is just a little notebook that I like to make, and sometimes when I'm making these, I will just staple them instead of using the brad, and it still gives you a nice little notepad. And I can tuck it in a gift card, a greeting card, Christmas card, something like that. Or I can tuck it in a journal, or, there's lots of little uses for them. And they're always fun because they're unique, because it's a circle. And people are always fascinated by the fact that it's a circle. So I'm going to just decorate the front of this real quickly. And I'm thinking maybe let's go with this purple butterfly, because that just seems to be calling out to me. I'll put that there. And how about, I'll just use the caterpillar. It'll fill up the rest of that space nicely. Okay, and you can get simple stickers like this at the dollar store, the grocery store. Look in the greeting card section, they usually have some stickers. And so I'm just using something really simple. Yes, I have certainly made these up with much more elaborate decorations on the cover, but I'm keeping it simple for this event. And now I have a little corresponding notebook that matches with the colors of my journal. And I can just come over here, and I have this handy little paper clip that we made on one of the previous episodes. And I can just paper clip that in there. And we have our tablet that is also in motion. So movement is our topic for today, our prompt for the day. So I hope that gave you some ideas of something you can do that involves some movement in your journal, something that opens up and can be kind of played with a little bit. There's lots of different ways to adapt that into different styles and whatever your preferences are for how you want to decorate it. So thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. God bless you. I love you, and thanks for coming. Give me a thumbs up too if you liked this content, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.